budi ya cover ya ken zina sanga la Tibaŋ Taaba sanga tibene ne tipitu tibi intende ni bero na bango obene boku sekta tinam da pala men na de a sakurete piane na asal bila kanir bi anga bango don wani bikane da yina ka gana wusa da pam yor gana wusa ka so bango te piane na asal kan ni ban bango la ba mi anga bangi o bikane da iridu manifesto yuma siela on wana zina on bezinsia on yonkina pa zinsia ne on aso sukul kana po on kate piano yala ane Abanga Jackson timi ni libero ko bango ama tiak pe so so bani tenane bango when man yala tenane piano asal bila ka ni bayanga dunen wosa nyanga bango Abanga Jackson.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
How is life?
Life is quite enjoyable.
Oh, thank you. This is Abanga Jackson. Who is Abanga Jackson? Because some time ago your name was viral, but I guess a lot of people don't know who you really are. So can you tell us who you are?
All right, thank you. Abanga Jackson is a second-year student of Bawku High School, who hails from Abang in Buya community in Upper Bawku West District, in Upper East.
Okay. Yeah, you said you are from Boyanatinga community.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And there was some time we saw a video of a young boy like reading a manifesto. Which year was that and when was that and like which position were you contesting for when you were reading that manifesto?
Wow. Okay, thank you. That was 2018, and then by then I was in primary 5, Boya Primary School, and then it was time for us to apply for positions in our school. So I decided to go for the general prefect in our school, and then all in all, everything came up on the day that we were asked to read manifestos, and then I came out to read my manifesto as the aspirant for general prefect.
A powerful manifesto.
By Abang Jackson as the general prefect. Mr. Chairman, Honorable Headmaster, members of staff present, accurate timekeeper, outgoing prefects, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, I am much delighted to be called upon to deliver my manifesto. Mr. Chairman, before I could forget, there is a saying that a goose does not sell this way and that way for nothing, unless there is a win. This clearly implies that I, Abang Jackson, have something valuable to play here. As time passing time comes, things get in team, as position and leadership. I wish to occupy the position as a guided prophet in this our normal institution.
Okay, it went viral and the whole Ghana, everybody was just posting it. Abanga Jackson, Abanga Jackson. Like, what did the manifesto bring to you? What benefit or how did you feel after the manifesto?
Okay, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I think after the manifesto reading, in fact, I encountered a lot of memorial facts or ceremonies, and I can quietly or I can clearly remember how or the moments I encountered. In fact, and one of them is that I received a lot of gifts, donations from people, and then if I'm to talk about those who donated things to me, a friend of mine, he donated a laptop to me. And then aside that, they gave me donated some amount of money to me, I was very impressed. And then one of them was a commander who they call Commander Nati, and I really want to thank him a lot. In fact, he has done a lot in my life, and I can't forget.
So, are you still in contact with this Commander Nati?
Sir, unfortunately, I couldn't contact or I couldn't get his number, but I hope that one day he will reach out to me or will get in touch again if the need arises.
Okay, so that was in primary 5 when you received all these gifts and praises.
Yes, sir.
So, after the manifesto, what there was there? Like, did you win the elections? Did you become the general prefect?
Okay, obviously yes. I became the general prefect. I became the general prefect because my colleague students saw how energetic I am and dedicated to serve them as a leader. So obviously I won the
So after you won the general prefect position, which did you go forward to any position again, or
yes. After winning the position as the general prefect, in fact I served dedicatedly. So after that went to JSS, and then in my JSS 3 I became the senior boys prefect for Boya Junior High School. And then not there I didn't relax from there. In fact I dedicated myself to the position. I worked hard for my colleague students, and then they were inspired by my works and my leadership skills. Then here I am in Bawku Senior High School currently, and then due to my leadership skills, currently I am the newly elected senior boys prefect for Bawku Senior High School, which I don't take it for granted.
wow, you are currently the SP for Bawku Senior High School.
Obviously, sir.
How do you feel? Because it's like you always want to lead. You are always leading. How do you feel with that position?
In fact, I feel very grateful because I see to it that my leadership skills is coming into fulfillment, and I'm very grateful for that.
So, talking about leadership, like who inspired you, or what's your inspiration to wanting to become a leader, or for this leadership position that you always want to be? Like, what's your inspiration?
Wow, thank you for such a wonderful question. When we talk of inspiration, it will draw me back to one of two prominent leaders. I'll talk about them. In fact, they rule very well, and then there are no other people but Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and then J.J. Rawlings. And then if I have to talk of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, what he did and then which inspired me to love his work so much is that, in fact, he was a dedicated leader who was advocating for one Africa, or who was advocating for Africa to be united, to be one, to be have one union, to be union with one another. And then, in fact, he did a lot in Ghana. In Ghana, the citizens of Ghana can testify how hardworking he was. Now, when we talk of J.J. Rawlings, in fact, he's a man of his ways, but I love him so much. And then I wish that his leadership skills will be transferred to me for me to also work hard as he did.
Well, you want to also be a military man to boom people, or which leadership skills are you talking about?
Yes, thank you. Obviously, I'm not thinking to become a military man, but I'm thinking to become a leader as he was, how he was leading his people
When he was a president.
when he was a president in Ghana.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So, we are here celebrating your 60th anniversary. 60th anniversary of Bawku Senior High School.
Exactly.
Like, as the elected or newly elected senior or boys prefect, what should you be expecting from the 60th anniversary? What should people expect from this 60th anniversary that we are celebrating?
All right, thank you for such a wonderful question. As the newly elected senior boys prefect for Bawku Senior High School, in conjunction to their 60th anniversary that we are celebrating, in fact, we still expect a lot from Bawku Senior High School because I can see preparations everywhere, cultural preparations, cadet people preparing for that day, and then a lot of prominent people that they have invited. And then I can assure you that on that final day, in fact, the cultural practices that they are making, or the students are preparing towards, will be a wonderful thing because they are perfect, they are experts in their cultural practices. And then I can assure you that if you miss this anniversary, you have missed a lot. Yes.
Okay.
And then the prominent people that we will be expecting, I think we should be expecting the educational minister, and then one of the prominent men in Ghana who they call Honorable Mustafa Hamid. In fact, he's the CEO of MPA. And then, as we all know,
And he's also an old boy.
he's also an old boy whom I'm proud of. And then I wish to become one of the old boys one day. Yeah.
So you talked about cadet parade. You talked about the cultural display. What else should we be expecting? What else should we be expecting from on that day?
Yes, I think there are a lot for us to expect on that day because all old boys of Bawku Senior High School will be in. The prominent men that we ought to know will be in. So in fact, there are a lot we can talk about.
So yesterday there was games. You had the games yesterday, and it seems that your school was winning everything. And how can it happen that your school would win the volleyball, boys, girls, masters volleyball, the football for the masters, the teachers? Is it that they made you just win, or you fought for it?
In fact, I think those who know Bawku Senior High School will testify that Bawku Senior High School is no more a joke school. It's not a joke school. It's desperate to win the best or to look for the best for its students. And I can assure you that it is not a surprise that at the end of the games, the activities, Bawku Senior High School won almost all the activities. It is not a surprise because Bawku Senior High School is desperate to bring out the best.
And we also saw you on that day. You saw, I think 2 days ago.
All right.
You were one of the you were the principal debater for Bawku Senior High School. And though your school won, but I noticed that you were shaking a bit, and you were also missing some of your line. What happened? Can you tell us what happened? Why the almighty, vibrant, energetic, outspoken Abanga Jackson had that downfall on that day?
Gentlemen, I stand before you as the principal speaker to argue in favor of the motion quoting our own. Students themselves are ultimately responsible for their own moral and economic development. This assessment is grounded in the belief that personal responsibility is the key to success and growth in both ethical and educational dimensions. While external influences play a role, the onus ultimately lies with the student. Before I proceed, let me explain to my opponent that students are not minors, so to speak, or babies with the term of mouth. The Oxford Advanced Dictionary defines a student as a person who's studying at a university or someone who's studying at a school. An example is a student of psychology. So the misconception about students being seen as minors and babies, fit to be breastfed with milk, must be discarded. This definition is supported by the Conference Dictionary, which defines a student as a person who is studying at a university or someone who is learning at a school. And some of the students are as old as Adam and Eve, above the age of 18, legally matured and responsible for their actions and inactions. Having brought to light, let me demonstrate why this motion must be withheld. Our initial point of view or contention has to do with the students' independence or autonomy as well as personal accountability. One of the most important aspects of human development is independence. People make decisions that impact their lives and future. Starting at a young age, it is very imperative that students acquire ability to accept accountability for their choices, education, and behavior.
Thank you for such a question. In fact, that day we can all remember it clear or vividly. I can tell you that day, to be frank or to be candid, that day was the first day of me encountering a debate like that. And then looking at the number, the students' population, in fact, over 200 students seated with Bawku Sec student teachers and then Bawku Tech teachers. They were full. Everyone was seated, and then in fact the population was too much. In fact, and then that lead
So there was pressure on you
there was a big
because
pressure,
that was the first time you were,
tension.
so the tension was too much.
Exactly.
So you sort of missed a few lines. You repeated this.
Yes, but I'm assuring everyone that next time I will try my best because all those problems has been eliminated or anticipated. Thank you.
All those students have been eliminated right now.
Yes.
So now anytime you need to speak, it's just fire.
With them.
Okay. And on Saturday is the Grand Deva. Would you be delivering a speech?
Okay, thank you. I think as a senior boss prefect, it's necessary for me to deliver a speech. But the hardest truth is that my predecessor, who's the SP, is still around. So I think he will be the one to be delivering the speech, and then everything will move on smoothly.
So he will be the one to deliver the speech and not you.
Yes.
So, but I that you stand by him, definitely.
Obviously, yes, definitely. Yeah.
And okay, so now your students and those who are watching you, what do you have to say to them? Your final words to those who are watching you about Abanga Jackson. Or like, what is your vision? Where do you want to go in the next 5 years? Where should people see you?
All right, thank you. I think this one is a great opportunity for me to express myself, for the people to see and know. Me, I am desperate to lead people, or I'm desperate to cooperate with my people, especially to develop my community, to develop Upper East, to develop Ghana as a whole. In fact, we need to change Ghana. We need to send Ghana to the apex. We need to make Ghana be proud, or make Ghana be known to the world. And my inspiration is that, in fact, I want to inspire the young ones. We have the hope that one day, people from the world, across the world, will get to know that there are young, energetic, young people in Ghana who are desperate to work for change or for betterment of their citizens. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So we want you to just say something small in Kosa to your people to also know that Abanga Jackson is here. So if you can say something small in Kosa.
So, for Barakani, Sanka Katim, you got for one Baraka. So we need to knock a barka for the winner. Lan Wissaman in a one I'm borrow, and a one I'm Toma. My name is to kick at ain't no yin. Katia no yin, come out tower, song at tower. Mamma take his set young big at going a mile. The Kosaja no yin, Gania no yin. Tinyanga mala to tinga, Banobe, Kula be Banobe, Nasa ting number me, Nyang Yakabani, Ghana me, one need go Nyamato. So Mammy Bell Macale to Kosa Susa, the Lamatawa, Kiangasen, Katum, Seus ting ton, one song over there.
Okay, so the group was here. Buduni got it la. One man and I'm going to Tibaŋ Taaba on Saman TV. Karani to something P2 TB Abanga Jackson. Tibeni Bawku Senior High School. But ban glass school yung PCO Bowana. Kawabi na mana de malama. Katan mekanite song ka the king tool kan king song. Man yalla man kan kara an yabi ya pitu ya zuwa tinab amal akuzans ndevo ka sankan na Tibaŋ Taaba on Saman PT. So thank you very much for listening and see you next time.